Latifa,
Yes.
can you send me the docket again? I don't know what happened to it. Good morning, Judge.
Morning, get yourself together.
I had it, then it just disappeared.
What's going on?
I'm
All
ready.
right, this is case 23-4-6730 and 6746. This is Mutual Property Management LLC versus Amos Wood in the 730. Mutual Property Management versus Jamila Bale in the Suffolk 746. Matters are before the court, where I do see in each matter that there is a proposed consent order of dismissal. Your appearance for Mutual Property Management, please.
Your Honor, I'm not sure Mr. Bajani is going to actually appear
Yeah, I
today.
don't see him in the Zoom at this point, but for the record, it appears that Mr. Eli Bajani represents the plaintiff, P number 74626. And Madam Counsel, your appearance regarding these matters.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Enright, P70981 for both clients. That is correct. A conditional dismissal has been entered or sent on both. We propose that those be signed and entered.
All right, very well. And is Mr. Woods on the Zoom?
He was, yes.
Yes, I'm right here.
All right, thank you, Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods, you do understand what's going on here, is that correct, sir?
Can you repeat it for me?
You do understand what's going on here, and you're in agreement with the court signing the order for conditional dismissal, is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to do so in this matter. I'm signing the order now in this regard. Do I have Jamila Bale on the Zoom? Bale?
I did not see her join, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. In both cases, the order as presented will be signed. The cases are dismissed based upon the conditions set forth in the consent orders. And that concludes the hearing with respect to both of these matters. A good day to you, and a good day to you, Mr. Woods.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I can hang up now?
Yes, you can, sir. You all set.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Latifa.
You're welcome.
And I know this is a little bit out of order, but I do want to call 23-4-8720. This is Gloria Construction LLC versus Kathleen Striker versus Josefa Jesus and Pradan Alvarez and Marlon Satali and other occupants of property at 7041 Chatfield. Your appearance at this time, Madam Counsel.
Kathleen Parak, Parakh, P78404 on behalf of Gloria Construction.
All right, thank you, counsel. Anybody present on the other side in regard to this matter? All right, anybody at the address on Chatfield in the city of Detroit on this Zoom at this time, please say something. All right, Madam Counsel, I know that this appears to be the first hearing on this land contract forfeiture matter. May at this time. Anything?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, you broke up for a second. What did you ask me?
I broke up. All right.
Or no, I think
I'm kidding. It does appear to be the first hearing on this matter. Anything you wanted to say at this time? My inclination is to adjourn it, given a new date.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So the court will set the matter over for the next action date. We're going to set
February 4th.
February the 4th is my earliest date. I'm giving that one.
Okay.
And that's going to be at 9 o'clock a.m. February the 4th.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Have a good day. Court calls case number 23-4-8348. This is Argo Property Management LLC versus Ivana Armour and other occupants of property located at 15410 Mansfield. The court is also at this time calling 203-46354 at City Property Management Group versus Sloan, last name Sloan, regarding property at Moross, 18612 Moross Street. The court is also calling at this time case number 20348364. This is Argo Property Management versus Laconda Coleman and other occupants of property on Mendota Street, 18037 Mendota. Your appearance now for the plaintiff in these matters.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Corey, P 82210 on behalf of plaintiff.
Thank you, Mr. Corey. Good morning to you. Do I have any counsel representing any person on either of these three files at this time? If so, indicate your appearance. All right. I'm looking for the resident at the address on Mansfield, 15410 Mansfield. If you're on the Zoom, say something.
Your Honor, there is counsel for the city versus Walter Sloan matter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sorry, I missed you calling that first, or missed you calling the cases. Angela Malvik, P 83921, on behalf of Walter Sloan, Suffolk 354.
Thank you, Madam Counsel. Can you update me on the status of things on this matter, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I have lost contact with my client and have been unable to reach him in the past several weeks. The parties were going to go through the EDP process and enter into a lease, and neither of those things have happened.
All right, and I think did this come up the last time that this case was up or something?
No, it was adjourned last time so we could complete the EDP process, and it was about around that time that we lost touch with our client.
What do you wish to do at this time? Any position you wish to take, Madam Counsel?
If we could adjourn for 1 week to try and get contact with him, that's about all we can do at this time.
Mr. Corey?
Your Honor, if we were close on EDP, so if she wants a short adjournment, we'd be amenable to that. And at that time, if we don't get any feedback at that point, we would ask to take a judgment. But since we were so close, I think if we do have a really short adjournment, I think it could be beneficial.
All right, I'm looking at the 22nd just to give it a control date. Does that work for you, Ms. Mulvey?
Yes, it does, Your Honor.
That works for
So
me.
I'll send it over for January 22nd at 9:30 a.m. That's a control date. The court has noted the issues raised in this matter, and hopefully you can get back on track. If not, the court will, Mr. Corey will be heard on the issue of whether a default should be entered at that 9:30 on the 22nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
All right, anyone here on the suffix 8348, that's Argo versus Ivana Amr, last name. All right, if you hear it, please say something at this time. Regarding the property on Mendota Street, Laconda Holman, if you're here on this matter, or anybody at that address, please say something at this time.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What is your name?
Laconda Holman.
All right, thank you, Ms. Holman, and I do see you there. Have you had an opportunity to speak with a lawyer regarding your rights in this matter, regarding opportunities that there might be to resolve this matter, ma'am?
No.
All right, would you like to do so?
Yes.
Makes sense
and
to me.
also,
Go ahead.
and also.
I'm listening to you. That's an awesome.
Oh,
yes,
yes,
and
and
also.
also, I had I have an issue. Like I was all paid off until November, but from last November up until this November, the house had no heat, and the company was aware that the furnace wasn't working. They had.
All right, those would be. Let me stop you. Those would be issues that you would take up and go over with your lawyer. You understand?
Okay, I don't have one.
So
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to get you connected to somebody so that you can talk to them, and perhaps they'll be able to get this thing moving and be able to get this resolved in some kind of way. So I'm going to at this point set your next action date. That's going to be February the 4th. That's when you'll come back to me in this Zoom at the same number that you called in. And
Okay.
right now I'm going to give you somebody to talk to. Ms. Holman, where are you? Say something again.
No, I just was saying thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, well, you look like you flipped to another number. That's why I'm, all right. I see you there. Hold on one second. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Ms. Holman, are you on 2 devices?
No, I'm just on one. It's kind of like, like my kids are in school, so I'm trying to like make sure you can't hear them making all that noise.
Well, that's all right. I have a 6-year-old, I have a 7-year-old, 9-year-old. I understand. They're in school. Okay. So, all right. So the last 4 digits of your number is 3923. Is that correct?
Okay, the last 4 digits is let me see, give me a second. I just seen it. No, 8364.
All right, because it seems like you're talking through 2 devices. All right. So I'm going to give you to somebody that you can talk with, and I've already given you the date. The time on that date is going to be 9:15. That's 1/4
Okay,
and 9:15 a.m. For the record, Mr. Corey, I'm also setting up that for that same date and time, 9:15 on the 4th of February.
I'm sorry, Judge. 9:15 on another one?
Yes, the suffix 364 and 348.
Okay, thank
Those
you.
are Mr. Corey's cases, and they're set on that same date at the same time.
Okay.
And Ms. Holman, I'm going to give you somebody to talk to. I believe you're going to be speaking with Attorney Indra. And I'm going to send you to a breakout room so that you have an opportunity to discuss the matter. You understand, ma'am? Ms. Holman?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you get the notification on your device, just click into that room that I'm going to give you, and you'll meet Ms. Attorney Indra there in just a moment, ma'am.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. I would also request Ms. Madeline from Lakeshore Legal Aid to be added to the breakout room with me.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Renaud. I will be sending her to number 1 as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
When is our turn?
Yes, these are, make sure I didn't put a notation before at 9:15. Do I have Mr. Sagatti on this Zoom or someone from his office? All right. The court at this time calls 20345-690. This is Guster Group versus Diamond Ali and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit. That's at 8460 Whitman. Do I have, Madam Counsel, your appearance?
Morning, Your Honor. Nasreen Hamoud, P number 80522, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, and I do see that Miss Attorney Indra is on this matter on the other side, and I just sent her to a breakout room. Can you update me on what's going on regarding this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Today is the date and time set for a review hearing. We were last in court about this matter in November. You ordered back in November that the defendant is to be...
Please mute yourself if you're on this Zoom. I need you to mute yourself, otherwise your noise is interfering. Somebody is not muted. I do see you there, Miss Ali. I know you're present.
Yes, sir. Can I speak with you and update you what's going on?
I had to shut you out. You got way too much noise going on. So whatever you got to do to stop the noise around you, I will need you to do that. And I'm going to hear from Ms. Hamoud at this point.
That's not me with the noise. I'm muted.
Go ahead, Ms. Hamoud.
Yes, Your Honor. And Ms. Ali did retake possession of the property back on November 10th. Apparently, a week after that, I was informed by sister counsel that there was some type of heater issue. And we found out several days after that in fact, Ms. Ali was claiming that the furnace was taken out of the property.
All right.
And
Thank you, Ms. Hamoud. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until Miss Diamond, Miss Ali's attorney returns back into the Zoom. I know she's in another space at this time, and then we'll come back to this matter. So I'm going to set it aside for just a moment so that the other attorney can come in.
Yes, Your Honor.
We call it short. All right, the court now calls case number 2347247. That is Northwest Imperial Manor House versus Anita Carrington and other occupants of property at 19130 Appleton, unit number C203. The court also calls the suffix 7255. That is MCL Rentals LLC versus Nakia Williams and other occupants of property at 3381 Kendall Street. Do I have Mr. Coleman in this Zoom? I thought I saw him. Mr. Coleman is counsel on these matters. Is there counsel on the other side of either of these matters? If you are, please indicate at this time. All right, do I have Anita Carrington or someone occupying the property on Appleton on this Zoom? Say something if you're there. Ms. Carrington or anybody at Appleton, unit C203? Do I have anyone on this Zoom regarding the location on Kendall Street, this Nakia Williams? If you're on the Zoom, please say something at this time. All right, and Mr. Coleman, your appearance at this time, sir.
Your Honor, for the record, Attorney Frederick J. Coleman, P. 56548, on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, counsel, it appears that these are first hearings. Neither defendant has zoomed in regarding these matters. Because they're first hearings, I will go ahead and set the matters over for next action date.
Your Honor, if I may, these matters are actually second hearings. The first hearing was on October 30th. They were adjourned out to November 30th in both matters for a door knock. So today would be the second hearing on both matters.
I have reviewed the file now, counsel, and I do see the notation that I put in the file that they were both adjourned for November 30th hearings. The court was closed at that time, so this would constitute, in fact, the second hearing in these matters. In as much as neither defendant has responded, I believe that you have a proper motion, sir.
Yeah, I would motion that I be able to submit default judgments on both of these matters today.
All right, I will grant your judgment by default at this time with respect to both matters, and will sign an order consistent with the same upon presentment.
Your Honor, it's always a pleasure, and your staff have a wonderful day. I will forward this to you, to Madam Clerk, in the next 15 minutes.
All right, good day to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The court calls 2348356 and 8360 in the suffix 356. That's Fairview Manor Apartments versus Kenyatta Mize, M-I-Z-E, regarding premises on Fairview, 3660 Fairview. The court calls again the 360. That's Fairview Manor Apartments versus Deidre Catlin. The matters are, I do have a proposed order, consent order of dismissal with respect to the suffix 356, and I've received notification that both cases are to be dismissed. The plaintiff in this matter is represented in these matters is represented by Mr. Paul Hugh, P number 31986. Do I have any defendant on any of these matters at this time? Say something if you are at the address on Fairview. I note that Ms. Teresa Sharp represents Mize, M-I-Z-E, and has signed off on the consent dismissal in that matter as well. So the court is going to enter the consent order of dismissal at this time. And with regard to the suffix 360, that matter will be dismissed at the pleasure of plaintiff's counsel, who has indicated that we do not wish to proceed on that matter. It will be dismissed. This is case number 23468886. This is One Rental Detroit Property Management versus Bridget Gershom and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 13137 Elmdale. The court also at this time calls 23474040. That's Temple Homes Incorporated versus defendant occupants at premises on 6434 Ashton Street. It appears that with regard to both these matters, there are proposed orders contained within the files that are dispositive in nature. Counsel for the plaintiff in these matters, your appearance, sir.
Good morning to all in the court, Your Honor. This is Justin Smith. I represent both of the named plaintiffs in the cases that were called.
Thank you, counsel. With regard to the suffix 886, do I have Ms. Petroni, your appearance at this time, ma'am?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Alyssa Petroni, P82293 from Michigan Legal Services, here on behalf of Ms. Bridget Grisham.
All right, thank you. And counsel, you are in agreement with the documents submitted on the conditional consent order of dismissal that's been proposed. Is that correct, counsel?
Correct.
And correct, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
All right, do I have Ms. Bridget Grisham on this Zoom?
Ms. Grisham is not appearing on the call today. I'm appearing on her behalf. It is also understanding that this matter has already been paid from my office.
All right, very well. I'm signing the order. The matter will be dismissed on the conditions as set forth in the written document. So ordered. And thank you, Mr. Regarding the other matter, do I have counsel for defendant in that matter at this time? I believe Ms. Fluker, are you present? Right. And Mr. Smith, I don't hear Ms. Fluker's presence, but it looks like there is an order that both sides agree on regarding the plaintiff having the right to recover possession.
Yes, Your Honor. If I could just address a couple matters. What's that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, tell me what's going on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I had this was kind of a strange one. I had reached out to sister counsel Vanessa Fluker on this case. She had filed an appearance on this matter, and she had informed me that there was some sort of error in the filing of her appearance. I understand perhaps she has not withdrawn the appearance. That was my last understanding, and it was over a month ago. I just wanted to state that for the record. And secondarily, Your Honor, I had submitted this.
Wait a minute, Judge. There's a lot of interference. And he's breaking up.
Is that Mr. Smith or is that someone else that's calling?
I think it's Mr. Smith.
Yeah,
It's Mr. Smith.
The sound is breaking up. Mr. Smith. Sound like you're on the border there for a moment.
I'm going to speak a little bit more directly into my speaker. Okay.
That's perfect.
At any rate, long story short, Your Honor, I had been in communication with sister counsel on this case. She had actually told me that she had filed or the court had filed her appearance, and she actually was not hearing in the case, but I don't suppose the Register of Action shows her withdrawal. Nonetheless, this is the second date and time that the matter has been called. I submitted the proposed judgment, Your Honor, previously under a 7-day rule. So you had indicated that is before the court, but when I had submitted the order, I had entered a writ date of November 23rd, 2020. Of course, we're getting close to 6 days on that. And so I would, if you don't mind, Your Honor, I would ask that if you would consider adding into further orders that the 50-day rule does not apply, or we just merely or change.
Hold on 1 second, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, Judge, that's this premises Galaxy phone doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, that one. That's what's interfering.
Okay, go ahead and finish, sir.
Your Honor, so I would just submit so that this judgment as submitted a while ago doesn't get stale and we don't have to file a 56-day rule motion. I would request that the judgment, given that there's no appearance from any party today, reflect a new date for a writ to be submitted so that we don't run into problems with the bailiff getting a little bit nervous on execution of this, seeing that the judgment date for execution would, as submitted, was November 23rd.
All right, thank you, counsel. All right. All right, under all of the circumstances, the court will grant your petition for entry of judgment by default. That default will be effective today. Therefore, the tenant occupant would have until the 22nd to move from the property, or after that date, a writ would issue allowing for eviction from the property. I'm modifying the order, the proposed order, consistent with what the court has ordered today. And I'll enter it accordingly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Writ after that date.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'm in there.
Is Ms. Indra back in Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we're back on the record in the suffix 690. That is in relationship to Guster Group versus Diamond Ali. Ms. Ali is on the Zoom as well, and Ms. Hamoud has entered her appearance regarding this matter. There is some indication. I believe this is this the property where I ordered
on Kenji?
To be allowed to move back into the property, and I understand if something subsequent that is that issue.
I'm here.
That's correct, Your Honor. This is Indra P84364 appearing on behalf of the defendant. So I would just like to give a brief statement of facts without taking much of the court's time. As you know, this case was already ordered by the court to reinstitute possession to my client. And this was ordered on October 29th, and the case was scheduled for a review for November 30th. But until November 5th, my client was not given possession to the premises. And even when she was given possession, she immediately found out that the heater and the furnace in the house was missing. And until now, it's been almost more than 2 months. My client was not able to live in the house. She was forced to live outside the house. And she has suffered severe emotional and mental damages because of this. And also, we have tried several times to contact the landlord and also my opponent counsel for them to restore the heater and furnace, but nothing has been done from their side. We have also made complaint to the city of Detroit, to the DC department to put an schedule for inspection, but because of the shutdown, unfortunately, the inspection has not yet happened. So as a result of the plaintiff's action, we want to emphasize that they have actually constructively evicted my client under the Michigan Lockout Statute MCL 629-18. And I request the court that the plaintiff be ordered to immediately restore the furnace and heater to the property. And also the plaintiff be ordered to pay for the damages according to the section 629-18-2F for all the damages that my client has suffered these 3 months.
Thank you, Ms. Indra. So, Ms. Hamoud, I know that you were informing me or advising me previously regarding these kind of issues that have been brought to the plaintiff's attention. So what's going on here? Obviously, the order to allow the move back into the premises will require the premises be in a reasonable state of any conditions not unreasonably in the habitability.
Yes, Your Honor. In response to Sister Counsel's summary of events, I would like to first clarify that Ms. Ali was provided access to the property immediately. In fact, I reached out to Sister Council right after the hearing to make arrangements to have Miss Ali pick up a new set of keys.
No, that's
and
not
enter the
true. No,
property.
that's not true. I didn't get into that property.
Now, I'm gonna shut you off every time that you interfere with my hearing. You know you can't do that. You've been here before. You know I'm not gonna let you do that. All right? And so just stand down, ma'am, and be quiet right now. I'm listening to the attorneys and what they have to say regarding this matter. You may continue, Ms. Hamoud.
Yes, Your Honor. So Miss Ali did retake possession of the property back on November 10th, and Sister Council does have knowledge of that. With respect to the heater issue, we were informed 6 days later on November 16th that the furnace and the hot water heater appeared to be missing from the home. However, this was not mentioned to us initially back on November 10th. And when my client re-entered the property after he believed that Miss Ali voluntarily abandoned the property back in September, there was nothing to indicate that the hot water tank was missing. So it's my client's position that Miss Ali, if in fact the hot water heater is in fact missing from the property, it's basically Miss Ali's actions and not my client's actions. Other than that, she has retaken possession, and we have no knowledge of any other issues that would arise. I would like to briefly remind the court that this is a non-payment of rent matter where Miss Ali has not made a payment in nearly 2 years. In fact, 2019 was the last payment that she made. Miss Ali moved to the property, paid the first and last month's rent, and did not pay anything after that.
All right. Let me ask you, has anyone gone out to the property to investigate whether the allegations are true regarding the absence of the furnace and other essential equipment?
Your Honor, for the same reason.
I need to know that, Ms. Indra, for just a moment. I need to know from Ms. Hamoud, if someone from your client's agency or whatever, have they gone out to establish any factual information regarding whether or not the conditions complained of are in fact true?
Your Honor, they have not been able to verify that the allegations are in fact true. And that is partly due to Miss Ali not being cooperative. In fact, she often exhibits great hostility whenever communicating with my client. And in fact, she reached out to me personally on several occasions, even though I advised her that she should call her own attorney. And we were not provided any evidence by Miss Indra or her client that the furnace was in fact missing.
Thank you. Ms. Indra?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to decline all the arguments made by my sister counsel. Number one, saying that the possession was immediately restituted to her. It was not true because the case was ordered to restitute the possession to Miss Ali on October 29th. But until November 10th, my client was not given keys to the property. And she has tried to contact the landlord agent, Mr. Franco. And also, I have also tried to contact sister counsel to fix a date and time for them to drop the keys. It never happened until November 10th. And the day she entered the house was really cold because it was in the beginning of winters. And when she went down to the basement,
Ms. Indra, you said the day that she entered into the house, it was what? I didn't get that.
It was on November 10th, Your Honor. November 10th. She entered the house. That's when finally we could get a hold of the landlord and fix a time for them to drop the keys. And when the keys was dropped and immediately when she went into the house, Miss Ali found that the house was really cold. And she went to the basement to find that the heater and the furnace were missing. And she addressed this issue to Mr. Franco, the person who dropped the keys on behalf of the landlords. And when she addressed the issue, Mr. Franco said that in a couple of days, the heater will be replaced. That was the promise he gave her. So she waited until the Friday because November 10th was a Wednesday. And she waited until Friday for him to come back to the house and replace the heater and the furnace, which was not done. So she called me back on Monday, which was November 16th, to let me know about the situation. And since November 16th, since I knew about the situation, I have contacted Sister Council, and I have also tried to call to Mr. Franco myself several times to talk about the situation and to have them replace the heater. We have also contacted the city of Detroit, but unfortunately, because of the shutdown, we couldn't have anybody come and inspect. But Ms. Halley has talked to the supervisor of BC department, which is the Building Safety and Engineering and Environmental Department for the city of Detroit. She has talked to the supervisor to make a schedule for them to do the inspection for the house. We are still waiting for them to do the inspection, Your Honor.
All right, and that the inspection that you're waiting on, that's bigger than the issue with the furnace and the hot water tank. You've asked for an inspection of the entire premises. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct, Your Honor. Usually what the city does is that they come and inspect and they see if the house is in a habitable condition. And if it is not, if it is not in a habitable condition, they actually approach the landlords to make sure that the condition is fixed or replaced for
Thank
the
you for that information. I'm aware how that works. The issue that I want to drill down on now is whether or not the premises is in fact not occupable or not up to powerful occupation, given that there is no claim of no heat and no hot water furnace. That's the challenge here. Someone's got to get out there and give me some factual information if it's in fact disputed as to whether or not the tenant occupant has heat in the home. Obviously, that's a habitability issue. Hot water is definitely a habitability issue. So that's got to be corrected forthwith, Mr. Mood. What is the hindrance to correct it? I understand that there are other nuances here. There are rent issues and et cetera. The court gave direction based upon its finding that the tenant should be restored to occupancy because our removal from the premises or the locking out of the premises was not done pursuant to what the law would allow. So the return of the premises has to be premises that can be occupied and that there are no material interferences with occupancy. And effectively, the tenant is not allowed to occupy where there is no heat and where there is no hot water. So that needs to get corrected forthwith. Ms. Hamoud, anything before I make a determination on this issue?
Your Honor, it's my client's belief that if the hot water tank is in fact missing, it's due to her own actions. With respect to Indra's characterization of events, once again, I actually have verification that we did in fact immediately attempt to make arrangements.
Let me stop you for a moment. I know that that is a disputed issue, and quite frankly, given the history of this case, you know, the return of the premises by November the 10th in the midst of a pandemic is not, I could not on the surface find that is a reasonable process under all of the circumstances here. That's not the issue now. The issue now is that the bigger issue, I guess, in this case, and the parties can certainly preserve your rights on that issue as to when the premises were actually tendered. All I'm saying is that under all of the circumstances of this case, if it was tendered immediately or if it was within 10 days, as it seems to have been the case here or so, that's not the bigger issue here. The bigger issue here is that the tenant, through her counsel, has indicated to the court that upon taking possession of the premises were cold, and that she contacted the management, and they indicated that they would be placing the furnace in, and have never done so since that time. Now, that's the information on this record. It sounds like that is in dispute, and so what I'm going to do then is I will set a hearing on this matter so we can drill down on the issues here, because it seems that the plaintiff is saying that the defendant caused or had the furnace removed from the property, and that there was a working furnace in the premises when she got there. Those are critical issues. On the other hand, the plaintiff is saying that she was given the strike, the defendant is saying that she was given the premises without a furnace. So there's,
Your Honor, can I speak? Your Honor,
I know that there has to almost be some issues with being able to be properly and have proper standards and to interrupt me. But I really think that there might be a little bit of something wrong there because I'm talking now. In any event, I'm going to set this up for a hearing, and I've got to do that quickly because of the claim of conditions in this matter. So, I'm going to go ahead and set this for 1:00 p.m. Next Tuesday at 1 p.m. so that we can drill down on what the issues are here, because obviously there are significant issues in the underlying issues. If the tenant is there by the court's direction as to what should occur and is there without heat and without hot water, obviously that's going to be a major turn of events in this case. So the argument about how many days before the property was given over and all of that, I don't want to hear too much about that discussion. My issue is, does the tenant have access to heat and hot water? And if she doesn't, she's effectively evicted from the property, and there are obligations that happen in her as a result of that. So 1:00 p.m. on the 19th. Now I'll see all parties here at that time. I'll take testimony and make a decision as to the outcome of this matter.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I wish you well. Good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, they don't need to have. They have everything.
Hello?
Ms. Ali, I'm done with your hearing, ma'am. I'll see you on next Tuesday, 1:00 p.m. Good day to you, ma'am.
Your Honor, before you go on to the next page.
Okay.
Can't hear you, Indra.
Yeah, I was just saying that before judge moves on to the next case, I actually talked to Miss Sherry in the breakout room.
Break it up.
Like to talk home?
Your Honor, you actually was going to send me with Miss Coleman to the breakout room, but I actually talked to Miss Sherry Pennington, which is a different case.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about those two numbers that kept coming up. So Ms. Holman, are you still here?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Where are you? Say something again, ma'am.
Yes, I am. I'm still here.
What's the last 4 digits on your phone number?
The last 4 digits is 92. It's what is it? It's 3923.
All right, Ms. Holman, I'm going to send you with Ms. Indra to a breakout room.
Okay.
You're going to get the notification to go to breakout room number 1.
Okay.
Your Honor, I would also request Miss Madeline to be sent with us. Thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Indra, you should be able to go back, and Ms. Madeline Renaud should be able to go back as well. You have the prompter on your phone, is that correct? Ms. Renaud, you have that, ma'am?
Hello?
Good morning, ma'am. Just stand down. I'll be with you shortly.
Thank you.
This is case number 19363102. This is the Go-To Guy Property Management versus George Harris regarding property at 15329 Winthrop. The court also calls the suffix 7271. That is City Living LLC versus Davina Hayes and other occupants of property at 8926 Prevost Street. The court calls the suffix 8372. Martin LLC versus Andre Daniels and other occupants of property at 15073 Strathmore. The court is calling the suffix 8376, that's Nest Binders LLC versus Logan Pritchard and Samantha Woods and other occupants of property at 4607 Cashew. Your appearance at this time, counsel.
Morning, Your Honor. Joe Horka, P75969, on behalf of the plaintiffs for the case of the court just called.
All right, thank you, Mr. Horka. Do I have any attorneys present with regard to either of the matters that I've called? Any counsel that's representing any of the defendants, please indicate your appearance at this time, please.
And this is Andrea Enright, P 70981 for City Living versus Hayes, which is 271. We did an intake with the client when she first appeared with you, but she has not been responsive to us. She's not retained us. I just wanted to advise the court that I haven't heard from her. We're not representing her. I don't know if she's going to appear today, but we are. I just wanted some clarity for the record on that.
All right, thank you. Do I have Ms. Hayes on this phone? Anybody at the premises on Prevost Street? All right.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm Henry Harris. You had called, I'm the general manager of Hamilton Properties. You had called attorney.
Do you live on Prevost Street?
No, sir. I
Okay,
live
I'm not
on.
on your case yet. I'll deal with yours in just a moment, sir. Just give me a moment.
Oh,
all right.
Okay, thank you.
In regard to the Prevost address, counsel, your pleasure. Mr. Horka?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I believe that you're moving for a default on this matter. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. This is our second hearing on this matter. I'd be requesting a default.
All right, the court will enter judgment by default upon its presentment on this matter, given that this is at least the second hearing of this matter. So, all right, any counsel on any of the other matters that are before me, any attorneys? Okay.
You said I'm returning to the breakout room.
I'm sorry. Who's talking to me now?
Samantha Woods and Logan Pritchard.
Who's representing you, Miss Woods?
Miss Ingram.
All right, thank you. And I'll come back to your matter as Miss Ingram, Indra comes out of the breakout room. Mr. Horka, do you have any update regarding the Pritchard matter, which is the suffix 376?
Your Honor, Indra and I have been corresponding this morning. We're going to submit you a proposed conditional dismissal momentarily.
All right. So you understand, Ms. Pritchard, that that's what's getting ready to happen. You're going to present an order for this case to be dismissed. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. All right. So I will sign that order upon presentment in this matter, and you can hold tight. Ms. Indra will come back, and you'll be able to have an opportunity to speak with her if you wish to do so. Understand?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I wish you well.
Thanks.
All right, in reference to the suffix 102, go-to guy versus George Harris, do I have Mr. Harris or any person on Winthrop Street on this Zoom? If you're on this Zoom, say something at this time. And I noticed that in this file, there was an order for alternate service that was issued by this court. Counsel, if you will.
Yeah, this is go-to guy versus Harris.
Yes.
This is a writ hearing, Your Honor, following a land contract forfeiture. Actually, our second hearing on this writ hearing was adjourned from October until today's date. I would request that the court allow us to proceed on the order of eviction.
All right, I do see the application for writ contained within the court's file. And there have been multiple hearings in this regard. I will at this time grant your application for writ in this matter. The court is signing the same
Yeah, you dropped me off. Yeah.
at this time. The court will allow execution upon the writ on or after the 25th of January.
Side.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. It'll be on there right. You just turn right in.
Where were we going that time? It wasn't to Beaumont.
It was Beaumont. I was getting my MRI and stuff done. Yeah, you had to, when you pulled in, you had to go around the curve to the back. She's not going in.
Somebody, I'm all in your business. Go around that curve and all that. You need to silence yourself so I won't know your private bank account.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Do I have on the Zoom Mr. Aaron Daniels or any person on Strathmore Street? You're on Strathmore Street. Okay, counsel on this matter. Looks like the first hearing.
This is our first hearing on this one, Your Honor.
All right, so with regard to this matter, then I will set the matter over for second hearing. That second hearing date is going to be the 4th of February, 2021. Yeah. And that's going to be at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
And thank you, sir. Good day to you.
You too.
All right. So right there, you have iPhone. What's your name?
Jerry Pennington.
No. I'm talking to a gentleman. Sir, you spoke up a little earlier. Yeah, you. Yeah, what's your name?
It's Henry Harris.
All right. You said you heard me call your case?
No, you called for Attorney Saghetti some time ago.
Yeah.
We contacted him.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to call his cases now, so you'll likely be in that package. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, thank you. This is case number 23-48344. This is Hamilton Properties 4 LLC versus Carla Foster and other occupants of property at 3460 Gray Street apartment, the lower apartment. The court also calls the suffix 6976. That's Sam Property Management LLC versus Denise Rogers and the occupants of property at 7634 Chatham. The court is calling the suffix 8352. That's Antonio Nelson versus Tashana Johnson and other occupants of property at 19205 Biltmore. The court is calling the suffix 4237. That is Amistar Management versus Jayla Thompson and other occupants of property at 13725 LaSalle, apartment B8. The court is calling the suffix 7790. That is Ameristar versus occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at looks like 6330 Stahalan. The court calls the suffix 623. That's Adam Bianca versus Keith Brown and other occupants of property located at 19751 Barlow. And counsel for plaintiff, your appearance on all matters, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. May it please the court. My name is Dennis Flesland, P30289, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff in the called matters. I am standing in for Mr. Sagatti this morning, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. And I believe that there's counsel on the suffix 790 and 623. Your appearance, Madam Counsel. I believe I have
Your Honor, Charlene Snow from United Community Housing Coalition, P26923, on behalf of defendant Kelly Fluhart. And I also have another case, I don't know if you called it 663, where my client would be Keith Wesley Brown. And the
yes, I called the Wesley Brown matter, and looks like you're on the one that says occupants, and that would be 790, correct?
790, yes, and Kelly Fluhart is the occupant, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, counsel. Where are you, Ms. Snow? And I'm not hearing you real well, and that's.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Not a whole lot better.
All right, let me put on. Hold on, and I'll get the headphone. it worked okay in Judge Millhouse this morning, so I don't know what went wrong.
Yeah, we had a little bit of that with you yesterday, and I don't know.
Is this any better, Your Honor?
Oh, much better.
That's
Okay.
wonderful. We'll take it. All right.
Okay.
If you would update me on the Fluhar matter, that's 790. I do see that there has been an answer filed in that matter with various affirmative defenses. Counsel, you may at this time.
Yes, Your Honor. We have filed an answer. Initially, we thought that we were going to be able to do eviction diversion program in this file, but evidently plaintiff would not do that. So it is a termination case that we thought could be converted back to a non-payment, but that's not evidently going to happen. And we filed an answer. I don't know, I presume Mr. Sagatti got the answer. I don't know if the other gentleman did. But essentially, Your Honor, we're saying that the court does not have jurisdiction here. The notice to quit is not proper. And that is one of our defenses. Our other one is that this client, Ms. Fluhart, who is in the courtroom, I think she's here noted as Stahelan on the thing, that she would be eligible and should be able to file a CDC declaration in this matter. And those are our defenses, essentially. But most importantly, we do not believe the court has jurisdiction. I've asked for some discovery, and I just received the deed and the management agreement today. And I can void dire Ms. Fluhart when the court wants as to the, I can ask her questions as to the notice to quit, when it was received, how it was received, and so forth.
All right. Counsel, Mr. Flesland, anything at this time before the.
Well, Your Honor, we did receive Ms. Snow's objections and affirmative defenses. We have been talking about that this morning. I would request, Your Honor, probably that you set this matter over, allow us to brief the issues that she has raised in her affirmative defenses, and set this matter for a hearing at some time down the road.
Oh, no, but I should see them.
All right. It does seem to be prudent to set it over for a time where the court can hear these issues, and if the plaintiff wants to respond to the affidavit, or I should say the responsive pleas of the defendant, we have opportunity to do so.
And if she's going to file a CDC declaration, she should do that, Your Honor. I mean, until it's done, it's not done. So
That's true, and
Yeah.
we will do that.
All right. So what I'll do then is I'll adjourn the matter. Unfortunately, we're already in February on this stuff. It looks like February 5th would be a better date to work with nuances in this case. Does that work for you, Ms. Snow?
I believe it does, Your Honor. I'm double checking here. I believe it does.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and set the matter over if that works with your office, Mr. Flesland.
yes, Your Honor, that should be fine.
The 5th of February, and that's going to be at 5 o'clock. Excuse me, at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
And
Very
let me
good, Your
ask,
Honor.
Ms. Fluhart, does that work for you on the 5th? Are you available to be here then?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fluhart. Thank you for being here this morning. The hearing will be adjourned until that next action date that the term is set forth on this record.
Okay. And I will talk to Ms. Fluhart offline about the CDC declaration later today. Just so she knows.
Right, and you're free to zoom out at this time, Ms. Trueheart. Your attorney's going to touch bases with you later. Good day to you.
Thank you.
Ms. Snow, regarding the suffix 623, you may at this time, that's involving Keith Wesley Brown.
Yes,
Your Honor. Our file indicates that Ms. Snow and Mr. Sagati's office entered into a conditional dismissal that was sent to the court on December 28th. I don't know if Charlene's records show the same thing.
Your Honor, there is a conditional dismissal.
I got that sound problem with you again.
Okay, can you hear me better now? I don't know why this.
Not much. I don't know what happened.
Any better?
No, but let's go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm having a hard time reaching my client, and I would ask for a short adjournment. I need to reach him and have him agree to sign that document. He was the gentleman who was in the hospital and then went into rehab for a heart problem. I've called him and I've sent him a letter, and I'm still getting no response. I'd like to ask someone from our office or the city to go out to the house and knock on the door. Maybe we can find out whether the gentleman is in hospital for some reason. It's curious that he's not responding even to my letter that was sent in the US mail. My problem here is that the agreement that Sagati and I worked out requires the tenant to pay some money. And I need to talk to the fellow before I can't just sign his name saying he'll pay money by a certain date. That's the problem I'm having.
All right, let's give it a little time to see if that can be worked out. That's very unfortunate.
Yes,
So
thank you, Your Honor. I've called him yesterday, today, and I sent him a letter in early to mid-December and have not heard anything back. So I am a bit worried. I thought I was just missing him, but now I've called him at least 2-3 times and I'm not able to get, it's a thing of the phone saying his phone will not accept phone calls. So that's rather worrisome.
All right. So let's try, I'll send it over for the 22nd of January, just for review on the proposed order of dismissal. And that's going to be 10 o'clock a.m., January 22nd, 2021 at 10 o'clock a.m.
Well, Your Honor, what's going to happen at that time if Ms. Snow has not heard from her client? Are we going to be able to get some kind of a resolution at that point, or are we just going to keep kicking this down the road indefinitely?
Well, I don't do a whole lot of kicking, but I have pretty big feet, so it would go way down the road. I suspect that what would happen at that point is that if Ms. Snow has not been able to reach the client, she will have exhausted her ability to reach that person, and you would likely move for a default in that situation.
That's fair, Your Honor. I just, want to have some termination to this thing. I mean, we'll work with the man. He's in a tough spot, but if he's not able to do what he needs to do, we need to resolve this somehow.
Very well. Now I want to make sure that do I have Mr. Brown? Is Mr. Brown anywhere in the Zoom? If you are, say something. All right, so it's adjourned for the reasons indicated and until the date as indicated. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
So now regarding Carla Foster on Gray Street, is she present on this Zoom?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you. I see you there, Ms. Foster. And you live at the property there on Gray Street, the lower unit. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, it is.
All right, and your volume is kind of low, so if you could kind of keep your voice up. I don't know why I'm not able to hear you so well. All right, have you? What? I'm sorry, Madam Court Reporter.
No, I said her volume is very low.
Yes. Thank you for resounding. All right, so try to keep your voice up a bit, Ms. Foster. Ms. Foster, have you had an opportunity to talk with a lawyer regarding this matter and regarding how what your rights are not might resolve this matter?
No, I have not.
All right, so I'm going to set it up where you can talk with someone because I believe that that's a good starting place. And I'm going to go ahead and set this matter over for the next hearing date. That is going to be the 4th of February, and that's going to be at 9:30 a.m. February the 4th. That's when you come back into the Zoom with the same number that you used. In just a moment, I'm going to give you someone that you can talk to in a breakout room, and they can go over what the issues are and see if you can get this resolved. All right, who's available to talk with Ms. Foster?
Your Honor, this is Indra from Lakeshore Legal Aid. I can talk with her.
Hey, babe, I can't hear.
Who's that?
I don't know.
That's somebody else.
Okay. All right, so if the two of you will go back to breakout room number 1, I'm going to send Ms. Foster there. Ms. Foster, you'll be able to talk with Attorney Indra in just a moment, ma'am. And
Your Honor, I would like Attorney Indra to know that our client is interested in EDP, if that's to help her discussions with the client.
You got that in, Mr. Plessy.
Yeah, got to do it.
I'll be in touch with you. Thank you.
All right, so
Your Honor, can I get the case number before I go to the breakout room?
that is 20348344.
Thank you.
And Ms. Indra, you can go back, but hold on one second. There was a lady that was here that I told her she needed to speak with you. The case was dismissed because there was an agreement reached. Ma'am, are you still there?
Was it Ms. Woods?
Are you still there, ma'am? I told you that Ms. Indra would speak with you.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, that's Samantha Woods, and her matter was dismissed. Do you need to speak now, or do you want to contact her later on?
Get up and get in school.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Get here.
One second.
What are you talking about?
All right, Ms. Indra, you may.
Yes, Your Honor. Conditional dismissal was entered in this case, and I have communicated it with and Ms. Woods has agreed to the conditions in the terms.
Yes, and that's what we spoke about that when I spoke to you, Ms. Woods, regarding the dismissal. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, and Ms. Indra is just reiterating that. If you need to talk with her, you can contact her at the numbers that you have available. Understand?
Okay, thank you.
Ms.
right,
Woods,
good day to
I'll
you.
call you back after the court hearing, okay?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You're
All right,
welcome.
thank you, Ms. Woods. You may zoom out at this time. Thank you. All right. Ms. Indra, you can get back. You have your prompt here. You still have your prompt.
Yes, Your Honor. And Ms. Madeline will also be joining us to the breakout.
Yes, she has the prompt. I believe she's already gone.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're the last one, but for good reasons.
Thank you.
And that should be great on that. Regarding Denise Rogers and the suffix 976, if you're on that matter, please say something at this time. Regarding the property on Chatham Street, please say something at this time. I believe that Mr. Lamb was on this matter. I saw him earlier. Counsel, did you speak with Mr. Lamb regarding this?
I did not, Your Honor.
I don't see his name on the.
Judge, this is Lockhart. I see Mr. Lamb connected, but he doesn't appear to have audio.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Your appearance, sir.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Michael Lamb, P79816, proposed counsel for Ms. Rogers. Your Honor, I've appeared for Ms. Rogers. I think this is at least my second time. I have attempted to work with Ms. Rogers. She has thus far, though, refused to work with me and my organization.
Wow. All right, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, under those circumstances, this is an adjourned hearing on this matter. We have no response from her. As she is not here today, I would ask the court to enter a default judgment of possession in this matter.
All right, under the circumstances, the court will grant your petition now for entry of judgment by default, and the court will await an order accordingly. So ordered.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lamb.
Oh, you're welcome, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, the court now addresses 8352. That's Antonio Nelson versus Tashana Johnson at Biltmore. If you're on this Zoom, please say something at this time. Ms. Johnson or anybody at Biltmore address, if you're on the Zoom, please say something.
I'm here.
All right, thank you. And your last four digits are 5323, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, you live at the property on Biltmore, is that true?
Yes, I do.
All right. And have you had a chance to speak with anyone regarding your rights in this matter and regarding opportunities that may exist to resolve this matter, ma'am?
No.
All right, so Ms. Johnson, I want to start there and give you an opportunity to talk with one of the lawyers that's available in this hearing to go over the issues that are here. I am going to go ahead and set your next hearing date, which is going to be the 4th of February, 2021. That's going to be 9:30 a.m. That's the next time you come back into Zoom. But today you'll get to talk with a lawyer to find out the various issues in your case. You understand, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, so who's available to talk with Ms. Johnson today? Is there someone available to talk with her at this time?
Your Honor, I can meet with her.
All right, so Ms. Johnson, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. You'll see a prompter come up on your device, and you'll be meeting with Attorney Enright in just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I just want to make sure that I'm checked in on I have 3 other cases. So if they get called while I'm in there.
Yes.
The last is 240 with Lisa King.
Okay.
263 with Betty Young. And 299 with Miss Tamika Simmons.
What's that last one?
299.
And what was the name you said on that?
Simmons.
Simmons. Okay. All right. So we won't, we won't send your client anywhere without you having something to say first.
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So we got to see you breakout room number 2, Ms. Enright, and we'll I'll send the client there just tomorrow.
Thank you.
And Ms. Johnson, you should have the prompter now. You see it, ma'am? Ms. Johnson? All right. Regarding Thompson now, Jada Thompson, that's the suffix 237. That's regarding property on LaSalle Street, apartment B8 13725. There's an application for writ of restitution that was pending in that matter based on a judgment entered in February of 2020. Counsel, let me ask, is Ms. Thompson in this Zoom? Jada Thompson, if you're in the Zoom, say something at this time. Any person residing at the property there.
Somebody, yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fleshman.
No, somebody was trying to sign on, but I don't think it was her.
Okay. If you live at the property on LaSalle, say something at this time so I can know that you're there. If you want LaSalle Street in Detroit, apartment B8. All right.
Your Honor.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was going to say, based upon the failure to appear and the status of this case, I would request that the court sign the writ of eviction.
All right. I will I will grant your application. You're gonna have to submit, I think, well, maybe we can work with this one this year. I will grant the writ of eviction and allow for its execution on or after the 25th of January 2020. So ordered at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is case number let me have 2034-8805. I'm looking at it. This is L&J Investment versus Yvonne Grimes and Alvin Grimes regarding the property on Gainesboro, 19220 Gainesboro in the city of Detroit. Who's on that matter?
I am, Your Honor.
Your appearance, please.
Your Honor, Connor Cordy, P84485, standing in for Stephen Chaco, representing L&J.
All right, thank you. Do I have Yvonne Grimes or Alvin Grimes on Gainesboro, either of you on this Zoom at this time?
Yes, I'm here. My husband just left to take our daughter to the hospital.
Sounds, well, that doesn't sound good, but it's enough that you are here, Ms.
Yes.
Gaines. Ms. Grimes, I'm sorry. That's what this is. And I don't have the actual file on this matter because we are having some problems here and I'm not able to locate it. All right, Ms. Grimes, have you had an opportunity to talk with a lawyer or someone that might be able to assist you regarding this matter or advise you of your rights, anything along those lines?
I have not had an opportunity to hire an attorney. I did talk to a friend that did talk to this attorney's office, Mr. Chaco's office, and just to get information from me so I would kind of get an idea of how to manage this. But I do need time to, ascertain legal grounds.
I have lawyers that are available at no charge that are helping to assist you with regard to this matter. You'd like to speak with someone, ma'am?
Your Honor, if I may add something real quick, this is a land contract forfeiture matter. I just want that to be. Yes.
Thank you. Ma'am, would you like to speak with one of the lawyers that's available to speak with you, ma'am?
Well, yes and no. And no, because there's apparently some discrepancies on the numbers that this attorney gave.
That sounds like a reason why you would need a lawyer to talk to. So are you saying that you don't want to talk to one of the lawyers that are available? You want to get your own lawyer? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'll talk to someone. To be honest with you, Your Honor, what I would like to do, if I could, is ask for an adjournment, so I could find out what's really going on here.
Well, I mean, I can't just give you an adjournment to find out what's going on here. So it sounds like to me that you need to talk to a lawyer to find out what your legal rights are and what options may be available to you. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you somebody you can talk to, and let's see where this case is going. I'm going to counsel set the matter over for my next action date which is the 4th of February. I do understand that it is a land contract matter. But I'm sending it over for that date. That'll be at 9:30 a.m. Ms. Grimes, I'm going to let you talk with someone that can give you some advice as to the case that is pending. You can also discuss what your issues and challenges are with this matter. And they can give you some information as to what you might do going forward. You understand, ma'am?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, who's available to talk with Ms. Grimes? Thank you, Councilman. That'll be the next date, sir. Thank you, sir. Who's available to talk to Ms. Grimes at this time?
Your Honor, I can speak with her. This is Indra from Lakeshore Legal Aid.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to send you the breakout room number. Is number 1 available, or somebody's doing intake there?
Number 1 is available, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and you're going to be meeting with Ms. Indra at that location, Ms. Grimes, and you'll be able to talk with the lawyer privately and discuss your issues. And you got your date to come back.
Okay, so we don't reconvene until February 4th. But I'm going to speak with someone right now, though.
Right now, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right, all right. All right, you see the property, Ms. Grimes? Yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I told you every now and then. All right. This is case number. This is case number 20347263. This is Team Champion Property World versus Betty Young regarding property on Edmore Street, 13653. The court also calls the suffix 7287 Team Champion Property versus LaShonda Robinson regarding property on East Outer Drive, 9753. The court calls the suffix 7291 Team Champion Property Management versus last name is Henderson, and also Anna Marie Hightower, an occupant of property at 11232 McKinney. The court calls the suffix 7295. That's Team Champion Property Management versus Laura Smith, another occupant of property located on Radnor Street, 5966 Radnor. Counsel, your appearance at this time, sir.
Good morning, Judge. Christopher Quinn, P69483, appearing on behalf of Team Champion Property in all matters. We consent to the Zoom hearing.
Thank you, Counsel. Counsel, I do see that in regard to the suffix 263, a matter involving Ms. Young, that there is an agreement for consent or a dismissal based upon EDP funds. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Do I have counsel, Ms. Underhill, regarding this matter? All right. Do I have Ms. Betty Young on this Zoom?
Yes.
All right. And good morning to you, Ms. Young. Ms. Young, I see that you've reached an agreement and you've gone over with your attorney regarding this matter, and there's going to be some EDP funds, and the case is going to be dismissed conditionally under those circumstances. That's your understanding?
Yes.
All right, so I will go ahead now and sign off on the order in that case. And that will be the end of this case in terms of being dismissed conditionally on the terms as set forth in the written document. And your attorney will make sure you get a copy of this document in short order. And that concludes the hearing on this matter. Thank you, Ms. Young. And thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm looking now for, I know, do I have LaShonda Robinson on this Zoom, Ms. Robinson?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robinson. And you live at the property on East Outer Drive, is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, just one moment.
Okay.
Now, have you had a chance to speak with a lawyer regarding your rights in this matter and opportunities to resolve this matter at all, ma'am?
No, sir, I have not.
All right, so I'm going to say, well, it looks like there is some conditional dismissal that's been noted on this, Mr. Quinn. What's going on here? I see something on the exterior of the file on this one, Mr. Quinn. Are you?
Not received that. I haven't received that document yet, Judge.
Yeah. Nor do I have any document, but I have a sticker on the file. I was just wondering if you knew anything about it. Okay, Ms. Robinson, I'm going to set it up so that you can talk with someone today. And I'm going to set your hearing over for the 4th of February, 2021. And that's going to be at 9:45 a.m. 9:45 a.m. next time.
I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't hear you. What date was that? February 4th?
That's correct. At 9:45 a.m. That's when you're coming back to court on your next occasion. I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk with someone today, though. I'm going to set you up that can look at your rights in this regard. Mr. Quinn, you have a new date and time for this as well. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that's fine, Judge.
Thank you so much.
All right, and Ms. Robinson, just hold tight for a moment. Do I have someone that can talk to Ms. Robinson at this time? You're available. I think they're speaking with someone else. Let's see, maybe so. All right, so Ms. Robinson, as soon as I can get somebody to talk with you, I will get you into a breakout room and go over your issues with the lawyer.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very kindly. I appreciate it so much.
Yes, ma'am. Just hold tight. Okay. All right. I'm addressing now the matter involving the property on McKinney. And if you live on McKinney, please say something at this time.
Hello?
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Anna Henderson, but I have Anna Hightower, but it's Henderson now. It is.
Okay, so you are Anna Marie Henderson, correct?
Yes, now it is. Yes, I got married, so it's Henderson now.
Oh, congratulations to you. Now, who is Primus? Because your galaxy is coming up. Is Primus?
That's my husband, Primus Henderson.
I'm here too.
Oh, okay. All right. Now he's there too, huh?
Yes.
How long was it you all get married?
We've been married now for about 2 years.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So we've got the Hightower name all in there, and I'm just typing it in now. Have you all had the opportunity to talk with a lawyer or someone that might be able to assist you with regard to the case that you have before me?
No.
All right. It is a non-payment action. I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk with someone that can guide you, give you some legal advice in this matter. So I'm going to reset your matter for the 4th of February, and that's going to be at 9:45 a.m. That's the next action date in this matter. And now I'm going to set it up so that you can talk with the lawyer before you leave, but you already have your date and time for the next activity. You understand, Mrs. Hightower?
Yes.
All right, so just hold tight. I'm going to get to someone that can talk to you momentarily. Good day to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I know that I saw Miss LaCora Smith on here somewhere earlier.
I'm here.
295. Where are you? All right, thank you, ma'am. Good day to you. All right.
Good day.
Thank you for your patience in this regard. Have you had an opportunity to talk with someone regarding the case that you have in front of you?
No, I haven't.
All right, so you do have the right to assistance of a lawyer, so I'm going to make sure, I'm going to set it up that you can talk with someone today and discuss your rights and how you might participate in getting this matter resolved. I'm going to give you your next action date now. That is February the 4th, 2021. You'll zoom back in at 9:45.
Okay.
All right, ma'am, you understand that, Ms. Smith?
Yes, I do.
All right. So just hold tight, ma'am. I'm waiting for lawyers to come back in that might be able to give you some assistance.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Quinn. Was there any other matters that you had in front of me at this time, sir?
No, that's all, Judge. So we're all set.
We're all set. And you got the next action date on these matters.
That's correct. All right. Have a good day, Judge.
Okay, good day to you, sir. All right, this is case number 20347-283. This is First York versus Mark Rogers regarding property at 17715 Puritan. The court also calls 203-432-80. That's Lock versus.
Judge, I'm sorry, I didn't get that number. It's a lot of numbers.
All right, so the first case I called, the
I
suffix
got the
is.
first one.
All right, the next case is 280. That's the suffix is lot. This is occupants of property on East Olive Drive, 5711 East Olive Drive. The court is calling the suffix 275. That's Bayer LLC versus Bazer, I'm sorry, BAZER LLC versus Neil Trapp and other occupants of property located in the city of Detroit at 11781 Kilbourne. Your appearance, counsel for plaintiff in these matters.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiffs in these matters.
All right, thank you, Mr. Levasseur. Mr. Levasseur, I do see that there is an agreement in the suffix 275. You wish the court to enter the order in that matter. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, for Ms. Willingham. Is she present?
Judge Steve Lockhart, I'm willing to stand in for Willingham.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lockhart. And there's a conditional dismissal on the agreement regarding EDP. Should prepare to go forward in that regard. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge. Could I have the last three digits again so I can let her know?
275.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I will sign the order at this time. Where am I getting the sound? Somebody,
Yeah,
please
it's
mute yourself.
somebody. It might be that Galaxy S10. I don't know.
All right. So I'm signing the order at this time, and the parties will receive copies momentarily. All right, regarding the suffix 283, that appears to be First York versus Mark Rogers. Do I have counsel or do I have Mr. Mark Rogers on the Zoom? If so, say something at this time.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Well, good morning to you, sir. And you are Mark Rogers, is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rogers. And Mr. Rogers, have you had an opportunity to talk with a lawyer or someone regarding the matter that you had before the court, sir?
Yes, Attorney Andrea Fanning. I tried to reach her yesterday because I knew I had court this morning, and I hadn't got no response back from her. But I would like to have her if I could. But
Your Honor, if I may interject, we've submitted a proposal to dismiss this matter without prejudice.
All right, so the parties, the plaintiff in this matter is moving to dismiss this case at this time. They're not proceeding at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and grant that dismissal. And unless you receive something else, this case is dismissed, Mr. Rogers. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good day to you, sir. I wish you well. You could zoom out.
All right, bless you. Thank you.
All right. The court is now addressing the suffix 280. That's lock management versus occupants at East Olive Drive. If you're an occupant on that property, this is regarding application for a writ of restitution. Say something at this time. 5711 East Olive Drive. Live at that location. Please say something at this time. Counsel.
Your Honor, this is the second writ hearing in this matter. We accordingly would request that the court enter the order of eviction as requested by the plaintiff.
Under the circumstance, the court will grant the writ of eviction and will sign the order accordingly. I will allow for execution to be had upon the same on or after the 25th of January 2020. So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Do I have any attorneys available at this time to talk with? I have 3 people up. The first up being Ms. LaShawna Robinson under the suffix 287. That's Champion versus LaShawna Robinson. In each of these cases I referenced, there is a date set of 2/4/21 at 9:45 p.m. as the return date. If you're available to speak with Ms. Robinson, let me know at this time. We're still waiting. Also, I have Mr. and Mrs. Hightower that's waiting to speak with someone. And then I have.
Excuse me, Jan, it's Henderson.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Got married.
I got you all listed as Hightower still. I'm messing something up there. Okay, so we might have to change that. Henderson. All right. All right. I might have called Mr. Henderson, Mr. Hightower. I apologize.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Hey, that's the first mistake I made this year. I was trying to hold out until December before. That's the first one. All right, we're still waiting on lawyers regarding these matters, and as soon as they get an opportunity, they will speak with you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, I believe you called one more of my matters, which I have with Mr. Lockhart this morning.
Who am I talking to?
This is Randy Levasseur.
Oh yeah, and that's what I have in my hand now. That's that would be case number 203400959. That's Detroit Invest versus Herman Williams regarding premises at 10468 Nottingham. And your appearance on that matter, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Police Court, Steve Lockhart, P32090 for Mr. Williams, defendant.
All right, thank you. And it looks like I received a proposed order of consent dismissal in this matter. And Mr. Lockhart, you wish for the court to proceed in that matter. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, please, Judge.
And likewise for you, Mr. Levasseur.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court is signing the order at this time. The matter will be conditionally dismissed with the terms set forth in the written document. So,
Judge, what's the last 3 digits of that case?
959.
959. Thanks.
And Mr. Levasseur, is there something else with?
I believe that's it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Good day to you.
You as well.
All right,
Judge.
The court is calling 2034778. That's Rasol USA versus occupants of property on Mansfield, 18911 Mansfield. And your appearance, Mr. Flesland, are you still there? Your appearance, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. May it please the court, Dennis Flesland, P30289, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff. I'm appearing for Mr. Sagati, who is the attorney of record this morning, Your Honor.
Thank you. And counsel for defendant.
Thank you, Judge. Steve Lockhart, P32090 on behalf of defendant. This is against occupants, but the named person is Darkadia Leon, DARKEDIALEON.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Lockhart, update me regarding this matter, sir.
Judge, when this case was first heard November 12th, I met with and interviewed Miss Leon, who represented to be an occupant of the premises involved in this case. I have subsequently had no further contact. Emails have not been replied to, and I sent a snail mail letter notifying occupants and Miss Leon of today's hearing on January 7. I have had no reply and have lost contact with defendant/occupant.
I'm here. Darkita Leon is here. And I'm ready to do this case. I don't really need a lawyer, to be honest.
Thank you, Ms. Leon. It's good to have you here. Your attorney had not been able to reach you, but you're here, and that's all that matters at this time. All right, Mr. Lockhart, would you like to take a moment to speak with Ms. Leon?
I'd be happy to. Miss Leon, did you want to talk to me before you go forward?
Yes, I guess.
That's a wholehearted.
Because I'm ready to get this done and over with. Like, I'm tired now.
If I could cut to the chase, ma'am, are you still there? Do you still live in the property?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, then you might want to talk to me.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3, Miss Leon, together with Attorney Lockhart. Let's see what's going on here. So when you see the prompter on your device, go ahead and click in, and Mr. Lockhart will be there with you as well. There you are, Mr. Lockhart.
Going to number 3, Your Honor. Miss Leon, I'll see you in breakout 3.
I think she's already gone.
Your Honor, this is Indra from Lakeshore Legal Aid. I'm not sure if you call this case number 7287.
Yes, that's one that's waiting to talk to someone. That's Miss Robinson. You already spoke with her?
No, Your Honor, she has already contacted Lakeshore Legal Aid and she's in our case system. So I just wanted to represent her in court and make sure that I will be representing her for this case.
Okay. Yeah, I've set her return date for the 4th of February at 9:45 a.m. Attorney Quinn represents Team Champion Property, and he was here. He's aware of the next action date, and I told Ms. Robinson that someone would speak with her. So she's waiting in Zoom for someone to speak with her. Would you like to take a moment to speak with her now, Ms. Henry?
Yes, Your Honor, I can speak with her.
All right. So Ms. Robinson, I'm sending you now to Attorney Indra so that you can speak with her in breakout room 1. You'll get a notification.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, ma'am. You're getting the notification right now. And make sure you click on number 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is case number 2348380. This is Deliverance of Praise Tabernacle versus Romero Evans and other occupants of property at 17141 Hickory. The court calls the suffix 384, that's Samuel Johnson LLC versus Donnell Prude and other occupants of property at 19646 Shaner number 7. The court calls the suffix 8388, that's City Property Management Group versus Cherie Redding and other occupants of property located at 11184 North Lawn. Counsel, your appearance regarding these matters, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Corey, P. 2210 on behalf of plaintiff for the 3 called matters.
Thank you, sir. Let's see. All right. Do I have any attorneys on this Zoom that might be representing either Evans Romero, or Romero Evans, last name Prude, or Redding, or property on North Lawn, Shaner, or Hickory. If you're an attorney on the Zoom and you're representing either of them, say something at this time. All right, so do I have Romero Evans or anybody living at Hickory on the Zoom? If so, say something at this time. Do I have anyone on the Zoom, Prude, or living on Shaner Street in the city of Detroit? Say something if you're on the Zoom at this time. Regarding the suffix 388, that's Cherie Redding and other occupants of property on North Lawn Street. If you're on the Zoom, please say something at this time. All right, I haven't heard a response from either of the parties on this matter. I noticed that in each of these files, Mr. Curry, it says plaintiff insists. I'm trying to figure out why it seems to be a filing that is noted as having some issues or problems. But I don't have defendants showing on these matters. Counsel.
Your Honor, I vaguely recall there was something funky where there was a group of cases that got sent back, and I don't know if there was a reason, and then I think we refiled them as plaintiff assist just to hedge on the side of caution. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
All right. All right, so what I'm going to do, given that I don't have any person showing on these at this time, they are the first hearings, I will go ahead and set them over for the 4th of February. And we're going to set these, I'm going to set them in the 9 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock a.m. Obviously, if defendants do not appear at that time, the court would entertain a motion for entry of default under those circumstances. So each of these are set at any time.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a great day.
All right, likewise to you, sir. Good day. All right, let's see. And I have not forgotten about you, Ms. Smith. I haven't forgotten about you, the Hendersons. Still waiting for lawyers to become available to speak.
Okay.
All right. This is case number 2347-244. This is Marilyn Kinsey versus Francis Richardson and other occupants of property at 11820 Moran, number 1. The court also calls the suffix 7240. That's Bellcrest Apartments versus Lisa King and other occupants of property located at 5440 Cass Avenue, number 506. The court calls the suffix 868. That's TJ versus Sherry Pennington and other occupants of property at 19450 Greenfield. The court calls the suffix 7267. That's Stronghold LLC versus Pamela Charles at 21749 Ross Street. The court calls the suffix 299. That's Gregory Brown versus Tamika Simmons and other occupants of property at 19977 Manor. The court calls the suffix 392. That's Turnkey Property Solutions versus All Residents and Janae Jackson at 8878 Littlefield. The court calls the suffix 8396 Turnkey versus All Residents at Hayden Street, 15728 Hayden Street, Teresa Coley. The court calls the suffix 8399. That is Turnkey Solutions versus Catherine Ross and other occupants of property located at 16155 Manor Street. The court calls the suffix 8402. That's Turnkey versus Jerome Jenkins and other occupants of property at 5100 Yorkshire. Your appearance at this time for the plaintiff in these matters.
Good morning, Judge Jones. Good morning, Judge Jones. Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Judge Coleman. My name is James Abbott. I'm a lawyer, P26085. I represent the plaintiff, the last 9 plaintiffs you read into the record.
Thank you. With regard to the suffix 8399, it appears that there is a proposed consent order of dismissal regarding that matter. Looks like defendant was represented by Tracy Boyd. Do I have Ms. Boyd on this Zoom?
Your Honor, my name is Trisha Hagman. I'm a law student respectfully requesting to practice in your courtroom under 8.120 under the supervision of Tracy Boyd, P535555, representing Catherine Ross.
Thank you, Ms. Hagman. Permission is granted pursuant to the rule at this time, and you may proceed.
We do have a conditional dismissal submitted to you today on this matter.
All right, and Mr. Abbott, you would like for the court to sign off on this agreement as well, sir?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, I am signing the order at this time, and the case will be dismissed accordingly, conditionally, based upon the terms as set forth in the written document. It is so ordered at this time. Thank you. All right. Are there any attorneys representing any of the defendants on any of the other matters that I called? I just called these cases for Mr. Abbott as the plaintiff. If you are in counsel on any of these matters, indicate at this time. Who's talking to me? All right. All right. I'm addressing myself now to the suffix 7244. That's Francis Richardson, Marilyn McKenzie versus Francis Richardson. Do I have Ms. Richardson or someone at the Moraine address on this Zoom? Say something if you are. Just one moment. Regarding the suffix 7240, if you are on this Zoom regarding Cass Avenue 506, Lisa King, or any other occupants of that property at that location, say something if you're on the Zoom at this time.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Enright with Ms. King. She was on the call earlier.
Ms. King, are you there? All right. Ms. Enright, update me regarding this matter, if you will.
Thank you, Your Honor. After a long period of actually not being able to get in touch with Ms. King, she advised us that she's moving this weekend. So maybe we can just adjourn it for a week and then have it dismissed from there. Does that sound like a plan, Jim?
Yeah, let's give it 2 weeks. Okay.
I'm sorry?
Let's give it 2 weeks. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. All right. So I will adjourn the matter over then in anticipation that it would be resolved. So we're setting it over for the 26th of January. That's the new action date, January 26th at 9:00 a.m.
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Andrea.
Welcome, Jim.
And it looks like, Mr. Abbott, that regarding 244, that the defendant, that this was set on for hearing on the 30th of October. Then it was apparently adjourned. Is this the second hearing is what I'm getting at? I believe so.
For the Lisa King matter?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm dealing with 244.
Yes, 244. This is a second hearing, Your Honor. I think I'm in a position to take a default judgment.
All right, I'll grant your petition for a default judgment in that matter, and I'll sign the order upon presentment. So,
thank you.
regarding the suffix 366, that's,
hello?
regarding the suffix, excuse me, stand down for your case. I'm referring now to the case on Greenfield.
Excuse me, I was disconnected. My case was just up.
Your Honor, that's Ms. King.
Okay.
I tried to hit on, yeah, I tried to hit unmute and it wouldn't let me and then the phone disconnected.
Yeah, that's okay, ma'am. We got you. All right. So your attorney did speak up regarding that matter. And
Okay.
we have adjourned the case. You are planning on moving out of the property, correct?
Yeah, I'm trying to move it within the next week. I went to the apartment yesterday and they had some kind of plumbing problem. So I'm trying if I can get 2 weeks because I don't know what's going on with the plumbing.
Well, I'm gonna.
But I have an apartment. I'm just trying to move.
All right, I'm gonna grant you the 2 weeks you requested. That's what I already did. That's putting it on the 20th at 9:00 a.m. So
The 20 what?
The 26th of January at 9:00 a.m.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, so we're looking at closing this case out so long as you moved out of there in time. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So I'm good until the 26th, and then I come back and tell you that I moved and all that. Is that what I'm doing?
Ms. Enright, that's about the size of it, Madam Council.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, yes, that's what you do, ma'am. All right.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Good day to you.
All right, bye-bye.
Regarding Ms. Pennington on Greenfield Street, 19450. If you're on the Zoom, please say something at this time. Regarding the Pennington matter, it appears that, well, Council, looks like, is this the first hearing on this matter? Looks like it. Yeah.
Yes, it is, Your Honor. It's the first hearing.
So I'm going to set it over for 2/4/20, and that's going to be set at 9:45 a.m., sir.
Thank you.
Regarding Pamela Charles at Moross Street in the city of Detroit, if you're on the Zoom, please say something at this time. This appears to be the second hearing regarding this matter, Council.
I believe it is, Your Honor.
On your petition, the court will grant an order of default and will assign the judgment upon its presented.
Thank you.
Regarding the suffix 299, now I'm looking for Tamika Simmons and occupants of property on Manor Street. If you're on the Zoom, please say something at this time.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, ma'am. What is your name?
Tamika Simmons, 19977 Manor Street, Detroit, Michigan.
Thank you, ma'am. And I got you. Thank you for your patience in this regard, ma'am. Have you had an opportunity to speak to anyone regarding your rights in this matter, ma'am?
Your Honor, if I may, Ms. Simmons
Sorry,
did.
Ms. Enright, ma'am.
My apologies. Andrea Enright, P70981. Ms. Simmons did retain us to assist her with this case.
All right, and I do see where you gave me a note on that earlier. All right, and what's your pleasure at this time, Ms. Enright?
Your Honor, I'm hoping we can take a couple different roads, but if we can adjourn it for a couple weeks, see if she might qualify for the new EDP program. I know this was adjourned before, but those didn't come together in the last round, so I'm hoping that we might be able to do that. Or if not, Ms. Simmons had been talking about relocating, so one of those two things should happen.
That makes sense to you, Ms. Simmons?
Yes, sir, it does.
All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set it over for the 4th of February, 9:45 a.m. That's the next action date in front of me. In the meantime, the parties will be working towards seeing if there is a way to resolve this case. But that's the next action date. I wish you well, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ms. Simmons. Mr. Abbott?
Greg Brown, is Greg Brown on the Zoom call with us today? Officer Greg Brown, please. All right, thank you. Just checking.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Enright.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, and thank you, ma'am. All right, and the court now addresses itself to the property on Littlefield regarding Janae Jackson, any occupant at 8878 Littlefield. If you are connected to that property in any way, please identify yourself at this time. All right, looks like the first hearing regarding this matter, counsel, and so the court we'll go ahead and set a second hearing date. That date's going to be the 4th of February. And that's going to be at 9:45 a.m.
Thank you.
Regarding the defendant Coley and any occupant at 15728 Hayden Street. If you assume, please say something at this time. It looks like the first hearing on this matter as well, Mr. Abbott. I'm inclined to set it over for the 4th of February at 9:45 a.m. as the second hearing date.
Thank you.
Finally, regarding Jerome Jenkins, turnkey versus Jerome Jenkins, regarding the property on Yorkshire in the city of Detroit. If you're on this Zoom, please say something at this time. This also appears to be the first hearing regarding this matter, Mr. Abbott. So I'm going to set it for the 4th of February at 9:45 a.m. So,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you, sir.
Like the way you handle your docket.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the way you handle your docket.
First time, I just wanted to hear it again. I'm kidding. I didn't hear you the first time. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Lockhart, I believe that you were speaking with Ms. Leon, and you're back in the Zoom at this time. I see Ms. Leon is there as well. So,
Judge, I have talked to Ms. Leon. I've confirmed her phone and email. I had discussed this matter early mid-November with Mr. Sagatti, and we'd reached a tentative agreement to use EDP. I know, sir, I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name, the gentleman standing in for Mr. Sagatti. I would ask to try to put this back on track and for an adjournment so that I can try to resolve the matter with the new grant money that's supposedly coming down the pipe. I'll have to, and I tried to chat that to plaintiff's attorney, but we haven't had a response yet. And he's muted. I'm not sure he's hearing me.
Mr. Fleshling? Mr. Fleshling? All right. Yeah,
his earphones are off. Maybe he's not hearing us at all.
Yeah, Mr. Fleshling? All right.
I've tried to chat him unsuccessfully, Judge.
He's looking at the chat now. That's what it appears that he's doing now. I need a gong or something. I need a way of
I'll stand by at the court's pleasure.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Sagatti, Mr. Fleshling. All right, so we're waiting, and we'll stand out for just a moment until I can perhaps get his attention. All right, are there persons in this Zoom whose matter I have not addressed? I know that I'm waiting for lawyers that can assist me with regard to Ms. Smith and with regard to Mr. and Mrs. Henderson. Any other matters that have not been addressed?
Good morning, attorney. I'm actually with Gary Sagatti, and I'm in the Zoom for my landlord is saying, well, the owner is saying that he don't want to go through the program because Miss Leon, her lease is up as of February. She hasn't paid since March. Just as the attorney first said that she's not reaching back out to him when he reached out to her.
Let me stop you for a moment.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Meta Austin, and I'm representing Rysol.
All right, now you're not an attorney though, right?
No, sir, I'm not the attorney. I'm a
All right.
property manager for the company.
All right, thank you. So let me hear from
Judge,
Mr.
this is Lockhart. She's on the Sagati case with
Yes.
Miss Leon.
Leon. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Mr.
Leon.
Mr. Flesland. Yeah, Miss Leon. I got it right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it right. Mr. Flesland, I talked with the property management regarding the matter with you and Mr. Lockhart regarding Miss Leon, the case 798. And Mr. Lockhart has a request. I'll let him make that request. And the property manager has responded, but we need to hear from you. Mr. Lockhart?
Judge, to repeat myself earlier, I met Miss Leon on November 12th. Miss Mehta and Mr. Sagati and I had a discussion, had reached a tentative resolution, and I then lost all contact with Miss Leon. I would be seeking to try to resurrect that issue today, but should the plaintiff this is a termination case. Should the plaintiff take other action, this is an adjourned first hearing. From what I'm hearing, there is a lease. The plaintiff is well aware of Miss Leon's presence in the property, and they filed this case against occupants. We have defenses under the lease, and if need be, I would ask for an adjournment so I can get copies of the pleadings so I can file responses and defend the termination case. I know Mr. Mr. Sagati's stand-in is hearing all this cold, but that would be my request, either an adjournment to file responsive pleadings and or an adjournment to try to resurrect generating money through the second EDP program that's coming down the pipe.
All right. And so Miss Austin heard the recitation on, and I'm sorry, Mr. Lockhart, I had to repeat. We were trying to get your attention, Mr. Westman. You were obviously on another call or engaged in something else. So you can tell the question here is that Miss Leon, who is the tenant, would like to go through the EDP program. If that's not something that is that the plaintiff wishes to do, Mr. Lockhart is asking for an adjournment nonetheless, so that he can do a workup on this file to contest the proceedings for a number of reasons. Mr. President.
Well, our client, I don't think has been inclined to do that, but I think after Mr. Lockhart raises his technical issues, I think the thinking may change on that matter, but I can't say that for sure. So I think under those circumstances, I think an adjournment to pursue those opportunities, or at least nail it down, would be appropriate.
All right, that makes sense to me as well. Given that there are matters of yours that are coming back on the 4th of February, I will go ahead and set this one for the 4th of February as well. And if the parties can find a way to work together on this, that's fine. If not, I'll begin the process of hearing this as a contested matter. I believe the time I've given is 9:45, so I'll leave it at that time.
And that what date was that again, Your Honor?
That is the 4th of February, 2021.
Mr. Flesland?
Yes, Mr. Lockhart?
Sir, could I ask a major favor, and if you could please provide me with copies of summons and complaint in this case? If negotiations fail, I do need to get some responsive pleadings put together.
I will ask Mr. Sagati's staff to send that over to you.
Thank you, sir. And Miss Austin, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I just needed to say something to the judge if he didn't mind.
I don't know why you want to say something to me. You know you got a lawyer already. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Ms. Austin.
I don't know this guy. This is my first time seeing Gary Sagati's assistant.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I don't know. I just wanted to say I have like several of my contractors on the line that have already been unsuccessful in trying to contact D. Leon, just as Attorney Lockhart. So we're going around in a circle, really. She chimed in today, and he didn't know she was going to even come in. Her lease is actually up as of February, and my investor is not interested in no other deals. If we had did something back in November when it was adjourned, that would be a total different story at this point. So here it is, maybe three or four contractors are on the phone. She never returns calls. She's never available. Like I said, just as Lockhart. But when he's saying that it's okay, it's not okay right now because this is where we are. We're at the end of her lease. Her lease is up in February. So we don't want the money.
Well, and I hear you loud and clear. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. I hear you loud and clear that that's the challenge of the legal nuance of this. And I can appreciate you not being a lawyer, being a sophisticated business person. The challenge of the legal nuance of this is that there are rights and challenges on both sides. That's why some people try and find a middle to try and get to some alternative resolution. So there are legal challenges. And so what is being raised now is the prospect of some legal challenges on the basis of how the case was filed. And so if that's raised, then the court has to listen to that as well. There are situations, unfortunately, where people don't respond when they should, and so on and so forth. But if they end up being in the loop at just the right time, then they don't forfeit their rights. Ms. Leon is here today, and so because she's here today, she hasn't forfeited her rights. And that's the way the law works on this. It's just like if the plaintiff had not responded over and over again, and then the court date comes up and they show up at the court date, guess what? They haven't forfeited their rights. And that's what's happening here. So we'll see how this shakes out. If the plaintiff does not want to proceed by way of negotiating, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a dog in this fight. My job is to oversee the legal implications of this and the rights that the respective parties may assert. And I'll hear those things. I'll let the parties hash it out, and I'll make a decision. If it comes down to me making a decision, I'll make the decision. Otherwise, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of cases, people find somewhere along the middle grid to find a way to try to get to a conclusion. So that's where the case is right now. I appreciate it.
As Ms. Austin indicated, this lease expires here in a few weeks, and those technical issues that Mr. Lockhart is talking about might not matter after that. So we'll discuss with Ms. Austin what I think Mr. Lockhart is talking about, and talk with Mr. Lockhart and know exactly what he's referring to, and explain to her the consequences of that, and try to move on from there, Your Honor.
Right, and how you sever the how you do the lease closing could create other problems. So that's why I'm just a judge here. That I have to know the law and have to know how all that works. Although I don't know the facts until people present the facts to me. So it's not these things typically they're not cut and dry, and so I will hear the legal arguments that are raised, and then I'll assess what the facts are and make a decision as to the outcome. Right,
Judge, I apologize. One last thing, Miss Leon, are you still connected?
Yes, I see her there.
Yes, I'm here.
Ma'am, I took your phone number, but I just sent you another. Yes, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
I just sent you another email. I fear that we have a problem with the email connections. I have your phone number, but I want you to write mine down right now if you have a pen by you.
Yes, I do.
313-774-0371. Got it?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll talk to you after 3 o'clock today. That's in the email I just sent you. Hopefully you got it. Judge, sorry for using your Zoom to take care of business, but I forgot to do that in chat.
That's okay. I heard the check is in the mail, and so that's okay.
Gotcha.
I'm being facetious for those that are out there in YouTube land. All right, that concludes the hearing on this matter, and I'll address it again as indicated on the subsequent date. So,
Okay, thank you, Judge.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Leon. Ms. Austin, good day to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, who's available to talk with Ms. Smith and Mr. and Mrs. Henderson? They need to speak with someone briefly regarding their matter that's set for coming back on the 4th of February. So if you could speak with Ms. Smith, and then there's Mr. and Mrs. Henderson.
I can speak with them, Your Honor. This is Indra from Lakeshore Legal Aid.
All right. So, Ms. Indra, I believe the next in line is the Hendersons. Must be lunchtime or something for somebody. All right. So I'm going to send Mr. and Mrs. Henderson. I'm going to send you into the breakout room, Ms. Indra. You still there? Where are you?
Yes, we're here.
Oh, yeah, I see. There you go. All right, so you the breakout room number 1. I'm getting ready to send you a prompter right now, and you'll need an attorney in that breakout room.
Okay. Your Honor, can I get their case number, please?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. That is 247-291. That's Team Champion. This is Anna Henderson and Prentice Henderson, Prentice, Premess.
Was it 7291? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you properly.
You talking about the case number?
Yeah.
2034-7291.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hello?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Henderson, you got your prompter. Okay, very well. All right, is there anyone available to talk with Smith?
Your Honor, this is Trisha Hagman. I can take Miss Smith if you would like.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hagman. And Ms. Smith, I'm sending you now to talk with Ms. Hagman in breakout room number. Let's see, where have you been?
I have not been in one yet today. You have to make one.
All right.
I'm going to put you in 3. All right, so Ms. Smith, I'm sending you to breakout room number 3 with Ms. Hagman.
Okay, thank you.
Judge Coleman?
Just one moment, please. One moment. All right, who's talking to me now, please?
This is Sherry Pennington speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
You said my name and I kept saying hello, and I guess you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, I remember calling your case. What's the last 3 digits on your case number?
The last 3 digits on the case number is 368.
All right, so let's find out. I think I gave you another court date on that, counsel. Madam Recorder.
February 4th, 9:45.
All right.
February 4th, 9:45.
Yes. Now, have you spoken with a lawyer yet?
I was speaking to someone when I first got on. I think she was in room 1.
Okay. So you talked with, was it Miss Indra?
Yes, sir. And she told me to call you guys back and that she would be online with you.
Okay. Yeah. And so you were the wrong person that was sent into that room, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So just hold tight. I'm gonna have Miss Indra to speak with you momentarily. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, I could speak with Ms. Pennington and so we don't have to wait for Indra to do that.
Very well. Let's do that. All right, so Miss Attorney Enright is going to speak with you, Ms. Pennington.
Oh,
So
okay, thank you.
I'm going to send you the breakout room number 2 with the prompter for that right now. All right, I'm at Galaxy A20. Who are you? All there. Yeah, I'm
Keep
trying to
coming
find
in
out.
and out.
Right, right. You okay with it, clerk?
Yeah. Tammy's texting me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Let's see how I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.